The engineer's kind of an odd character. This super smart guy that has 11 PhDs and somehow can't make a sapper-proof sentry. I don't know. Oh, and he's got cosmetics too. Whoa, hey, look out, it's an old school gamer coming through, and he's also probably the kind of guy who would point out that I already did this in hat stereotypes. And yes, I know I already did this, but it's technically a misc, and I would probably get yelled at if I didn't include it too, so, you know, kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. So, I went with the option that extended the runtime of the video, so yeah. Like I said before, these guys are the kind of NGs who've been playing for a while, and they let that show in their gameplay. They pick the right spots, they manage their metal appropriately, and they can handle themselves in a fight pretty well. The only problem is, they think they're right about everything all the time. Which, granted, they usually are right when it comes to engineer stuff, but they'll still never back down even if they know they're wrong. So, just don't bother. Let them do their thing, I guess. This guy is a gmod animator, or at least an SFM animator that does stuff in a gmod kind of style. See, that might not make very much sense if you're just a TF2 player, but if you've seen, like, any gmod poster with the engineer in it ever, then you know exactly who I'm talking about. So this cosmetic is usually used by the sort of person who... okay. Anyway, this is usually used by the... this... Right. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and flash it on the screen if you're not gonna let me talk about it, you aspartame-addicted piece of shit. You know, as cute and non-threatening as this cosmetic might seem, NGs who use it are some tough motherfuckers. Like, really. The ones that I run into are the kind of guys who would say, you know what? Fuck this stalemate, and go charging into a choke point with nothing but a widowmaker and a complete disregard for their own life. Like, seriously, we're talking about the class that was designed to play passively and cause stalemates, but these guys are so crazy aggressive that they might as well be a scout main. Of course, them being aggressive doesn't always mean that they're actually good. Like, a good 75% of the time they'll just run in and get their ass handed to them, but still, sometimes it's really cool, and that's what matters. This one's pretty straightforward. He's a traitor. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess not really. See, this isn't one of those cosmetics that you'll always see with a high tier unusual effect, since you also sometimes see this used by the I play NG because I think I'm the smartest person in the server types, and they aren't usually traitors. You know, actually, I think that whole kind of archetype isn't necessarily limited to NG. You usually see them on NG, soldier, or spy. You know, like they're the ones that are trying to control the entire team over voice chat while simultaneously shit-talking whatever community figure happens to play the class that they're playing. Like, yes, we get it, dude. Tell us more about how Uncle Dane isn't even that good. That'll definitely make us think that you're good at the game and not a pretentious bag of dicks. This guy is the kind of NG who constantly spams the beginning of the Katsatsuki kick. Like, everyone who does it isn't necessarily gonna have an El Patron, but if he's wearing an El Patron, then chances are he's gonna have the taunt equipped. And once one person starts spamming it, well, it's only a matter of time before the whole server starts doing that stupid dance. No, guys, the other stupid dance. No, the other stupid dance. God damn it, guys. Oh, look at him. He's so adorable. I just want to
Okay, I think you bought it. Plushie, you there?
I'm here, boss.
We're ready. You know what to do.
Yes, sir. Turn the switch now.
All hail Clubsy. 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 And that's where this all connects back to the globalists. It's a conspiracy. They're adding chemicals to these cute animal pocket cosmetics to control our minds and enforce their ideologies on the hardworking mercenaries of the Badlands.
Wait, do people actually listen to this guy? I'm pretty sure he's just messing with us, right?
Nah. He actually thinks all these crazy things he says is true. He's just insane.
But like, haven't you seen his other videos? He doesn't act like that in them. If he really was crazy, he'd be acting like this all the time, right?
It doesn't matter, dude. People listen to him anyway, so it's his fault regardless.
Really? He just went on a huge rant about how everyone who wears Clubsy the Seal is part of a globalist mind control conspiracy. If people actually believe that and start accusing players of that, I'll eat my hat. Bonzo effect and all.
Bang! No, back off, you freaking seal! I've got a right to bear shovels. I'll fuck you. Fuck. Look, man. I actually have no idea where this skit was going. It's a cute animal cosmetic. Like, what else do you really want me to say about it? This is the kind of player who will overthink everything. Like, he'll try and logic his way through shit for the sake of being optimal all the time, but by the time they're done thinking about something and determining what the optimal thing to do is, they're already dead. Some crazy pirate guy just came in with a giant claymore sword, shield, and peg leg and just, like, ran him over. Yeah, he's using those in place of his high-damage explosive ordnance. Yeah, and he just killed the guy trying to be smart about shit. I don't know. Like, my point is, these guys sometimes fail to realize that, at its core, this game is pretty stupid, and sometimes it just pays off to be an idiot. This one is usually used as a part of a hillbilly loadout, in which case they will absolutely 100% be using the banjo taunt. If they're not doing that, then it's being used ironically in a neckbeard loadout of some kind. And if that's the case, then they probably have a bunch of chat mines that they pulled directly from r/incel, and they'll probably be mic spamming some kind of anime song. As far as using it as an actual beard cosmetic, you really don't see this one used too much, and that's just because there are some way better options out there if you want to do that. Okay, so I cut directly from the title card to a black screen and I cut the music. That means that this is gonna be an ear rape joke, right? Okay, yeah, that's kind of obvious. Okay, well, let's make this interesting. I'm gonna give you 3 seconds to figure out what the ear rape joke is gonna be. It's a gnome beard, so yeah, go. Bet you thought it was gonna be Uncle Dane singing Hey Now You're a Keemstar, right? Yeah? Well, nope, it's Romeo and Juliet, asshole, deal with it.
If you believe in destiny, then get Dane to a 3D theater. Let's split up.
This one has a pretty similar stereotype to the Builder's Blueprints, because, well, it's just more blueprints. So, yeah. But I wanted to separate them because they take up different equip regions, which actually makes a bigger difference than you'd think. Angie's got a lot of cool pocket cosmetics, and if you use the Builder's Blueprints instead of this, then that means you wouldn't get to use awesome cosmetics like Clubsy the Seal over here. This guy is absolutely 100% a short circuit Engie. He'll do everything he can to put himself in a situation where he can justify pulling it out, and now that it's been reworked so that it's alt fire as a Dragon Ball Z attack, those situations come up way more often than you might think. And if there's more than one of them in the same server, well, God help you. Oh my god, this game is actually an anime, holy shit. Alright, so I talked a little in Hat Stereotypes about how Barnstormer Engies are pretty typical, normal team player types, but there's a very specific exception to this rule. If they're wearing it with the dogfighter, then they're gonna be hyper-aggressive and do really, really dumb shit.
Let's do this Texas style.
What?
Yeah.
This is the I hate spies with a burning passion cosmetic. Whenever you see an engineer with this equipped, it's basically him giving a subtle hint that he wants someone to go pybro and help him out. Of course, if you wanted that, you could always just ask, but that's just way too straightforward. You gotta be ambiguous and passive-aggressive about everything, right, guys? Right? Right, okay. This one is usually worn with the partner's pompadour and carries the exact same stereotype as what I talked about in Hat Stereotypes. A gunslinger NG who gives himself just a little bit too much credit. Yeah, I know, that was a pretty simple one. Let's move on. This one is a pretty generic shirt cosmetic, so there's nothing too special about it. As far as I know, you can't even paint it, so the only reason why people really use this is because it looks decent enough and it's easy to get as a strange. Yeah. I guess you don't see too many of these guys being all that aggressive. Like, I've never seen an Antarctic researcher engineer go and charge an entire team with a Widowmaker or anything like that. They're just kind of boring. I don't know. This guy is undoubtedly wearing a cowboy loadout, complete with the Frontier Justice, Gunslinger, and the Texas 10-gallon, or some variant of that. There's a lot of them. Oh, what's that? You wanted to have fun this match? That's cute. Have fun getting constantly peppered by this stupid thing at all times and getting punished for destroying it. Get fucked. Festive everything. This guy is actually completely obsessed with those stupid little Christmas lights. Like, everything he uses is festive. Everything. It's actually kind of scary if I'm being honest. This guy's probably using the Popson so he can just snap people out of existence.
Oh, heavy does not feel right.
Now, I ain't saying he's a Dane faker, but you know what? Actually, I stand by that statement. He ain't a Dane impersonator just because he's wearing an extremely common, versatile cosmetic that's arguably one of the best Miscs in Engie's entire beard slot. Seriously, stop giving people shit just for wearing cosmetics that community figures wear. It's stupid and only discourages people from wearing cosmetics that they think are cool or good looking. This is the cosmetic that screams, I want a good-looking beard but can't wear the gold digger because...
Holy fucking shit, is that Uncle Dane?
Yeah. Other than that, this one is so common that you rarely see anyone assume something about a Scotch Saver engineer based off the beard alone. So, I don't know, go generalize them based off something else, dude. Oh, hey, here's another one of those generic shirt cosmetics that'll basically fit in any loadout, except this time it's actually paintable. So, yeah. Cool, right? Anyway, this is basically used by anyone doing a double cosmetic combo, usually a hat and a beard of some kind, and just needs to fill out that third slot. It's just really boring. Let's do more dumb sketches. Hey man, we're kind of getting rolled here. Would you mind helping us out a little? Like, I don't know, set up a sentry or a dispenser or something?
Nope, not getting out of me chair.
Okay, look man, the whole lazy Engie thing isn't nearly as funny as it was 2 years ago. It's been done to death.
You mean like stereotypes? Come on, the only reason you're doing it at this point is for the money and to avoid the backlash you'd get for quitting mid-season. You pretty obviously hate making these.
Okay, that's fair, but we're still getting rolled here. Can you please just help us? This guy is absolutely using the El Blanco skin and teleporting into really stupid places. But hey, every once in a while he'll get a Death Blossom that, wait, fuck! Oh hey, here's another generic shirt cosmetic, but it's okay, because this one's off limits. A well-known community figure wears this one, man. That means you're not allowed to wear it, even if you're just doing it because you think it looks cool. If you do, then that means you're just a wannabe. Tough shit. Another shirt cosmetic. Huh. Yeah, Engie's got a lot of these. Okay, well, the only place I really see this used is on some police sets, like Law, Macho Man, so yeah, let's just move on. Okay, really? Another shirt cosmetic? All right, this is getting out of hand. Let me just switch to the next slide real quick. What, seriously? Another one? Sombreros, I guess?
Another one.
Oh, come on, man. All right, I actually know this one. It's an alternate to the Eggheads overalls if you're doing the lazy Engie joke for the 246,000th time. But seriously, man, Engie has so many shirt cosmetics. All right, well, there's still a little bit of good news. The timeline looks like there's room for one more stereotype, and that's always a unique sketch of some kind. So there's no way it'd be another shirt cosmetic. Okay. All right, here we go.
But little did SoundSmith know, he was in the final sketch the entire time.
Are you fucking serious?
Oh, he just got up and left? Alright, and he's not coming back? Okay, so, Medic's next, and, just comment about that, leave a comment down below, whatever he usually has you guys do. Yeah, alright, well, I'm gonna go back to my channel, where the content's actually good.